friends, it's Dina with Forever Free with EFT, and today we're going to be talking about a subject that was actually inspired by a client of mine that I'm currently working with. And we were talking about all different kinds of negative emotions, especially fear, and I do have a video about fear if you care to take a look at that. But we kind of came to the conclusion that if we could create the space within ourselves and get calm enough, hopefully by using EFT, then we can make the choice to respond to different things that come at us throughout our day instead of reacting. So it's when we're reacting to everything because we are emotionally dysregulated that we become even more emotionally dysregulated. So we did a lot of tapping around not reacting, not being reactive, not letting life stressors, the day stressors just come at us and we're unprepared because we haven't done the work and we don't know how to respond. So the goal is to respond to these different stressors, to take that minute within ourselves and say, no, I don't need to have an anger response. I don't need to have a fear response. I don't need to have a stress response or reaction. I guess I should say we're talking about reacting. I can respond. I can think about what I want to say and how I want to say it, and I can have that response instead of that reaction. That's how I feel about it. So hopefully this might help you too. So even though I tend to react to stressors and big emotions more than I respond, I love and accept myself and I am safe. Even though I am a reactor, I become angry, I become frustrated, I become frantic and fearful. I love myself and I am safe. Even though my typical reaction throughout the day is out of emotion, out of fear, out of a sense of overwhelm or stress, instead of being able to just respond. I love myself and I am safe. So many things come at me in any given day. And so often I feel like I'm caught off guard. I'm not ready for these different stressors. I'm not wanting them and I'm not inviting them. I become overwhelmed by different things throughout my day and I tend to react. I have these big kind of come out of nowhere reactions. Often I react very frustrated and angry, and so my words come out as attacks on those around me. I'm not responding to them in the way that they are meeting me with their question or their need, but instead I'm having this huge reaction to sometimes even just their presence near me or the fact that they're asking me yet another question, which shouldn't cause this huge reaction in me, but I notice that it does. Or my thoughts will wander. And before too long, I realize that I'm not in a good thought place. And so I have huge reactions to my own thoughts or to those people around me because I'm not keeping my thoughts in check and I don't respond in kind. I respond out of fear, out of frustration, and out of stress. I have a lot of trouble with just reacting, having big emotional outbursts to things and people. I have big emotional outbursts to things and people around me throughout my day, more often than not. I have these big reactions to people and things and thoughts throughout my day. It feels very overwhelming and it often leaves me feeling out of control. I feel out of control emotionally. I feel out of control sometimes physically. Maybe I will engage in frantic behaviors or something that's just not good or healthy for me. I react with my words. I lash out with my words to those around me, or maybe even to myself. Maybe I self-deprecate because I don't know how to respond to these stressors that feel so big and so overwhelming. I have these big, overwhelming emotions. Maybe I get triggered, and so I have these huge reactions in those moments. I can't think straight. I can't organize my thoughts, and so I react instead of being able to just have a response. A response that looks like collecting my thoughts, understanding what's being asked of me or what's going on around me, and being able to respond in a calm manner, maybe with a clarifying question or a simple answer of, I don't know, I might need to think about that. And instead, I react. I have trouble with calming myself and having a response to the overwhelming emotions and stressors that I feel in my day. I have all these overwhelming emotions and stressors that come at me in my day. They just fill me up, and they feel like they just keep me spinning out of control. I spin out of control with all these overwhelming emotions and stressors, and I have these huge emotional reactions, becoming very dysregulated and not being able to respond in a calm and healthy manner the way that I would like to. So I can use this technique, and I can take those deep breaths, and I can choose to withhold my reaction. I can learn to withhold those big reactions and instead have a calm response in those moments. My body and my mind can learn to calm, and instead of having those huge reactions of anger or a verbal outburst, I can become calm, realize that I am safe, and have a normal and healthy response to myself and those around me. My mind and my body are capable of calming through this, through deep breathing and through other relaxation techniques, so that I don't need to have these big reactions and just blurt out things that I don't mean, that maybe I don't even remember, that are hurtful and don't even relate oftentimes to what is going on around me, because I become so caught up in my own thoughts, in my own emotions, and that's not how I want to respond to myself, to those around me, or even to those situations as they come towards me. I want to learn how to respond, how to take those moments within myself to calm myself, to really think about what is happening in front of me. How can I better assess this situation, this need that is being presented to me, or this question by someone in front of me? How can I take that minute and truly understand what is happening so that I can have a normal and healthy response to the situation at hand, instead of this big emotional outburst of anger or stress or fear? My body can let go of the anger and the stress and the fear so that I can respond in healthy ways. My body can let go of the anger, the stress, the fear, and the frustration so that I can respond in a healthy way. My body and my mind can choose to let go of the anger, fear, frustration, or stress so that I can respond in a healthy way. I can manage my emotions so that I can respond in a healthy way. I can manage my emotions so that I can respond in a healthy way. I can manage my emotions so that I can respond in a healthy way. I can let go of the anger and fear and stress and anxiety. I can choose to not be activated by the anger or fear or anxiety or frustration so that I can respond in a healthy way. And my Heavenly Father is with me. He equips me to renew my mind. How do I renew my mind? Sometimes it's just asking Him to help me in that moment. Sometimes I can renew my mind by taking those deep breaths. He fills me with Him instead of with my dysregulated emotion. I can think on His promises, knowing that He is with me. He goes before me. He can send His spirit of calm into me so that I can have a better response. I can cry out to Him if I need to. I can also run to His word. I can memorize one psalm, if that's all I have, that can calm me and fill me and renew my mind with His truth and His promise for me. That He is always there for my good, to watch over me and to walk with me. He gives me peace. He gives me rest when I seek it from Him. He is able to give me peace and rest and calm when I seek it from Him. And so I can ask Him and He will help me in my time of distress. I can give all these emotions to Him. I can cast my cares upon Him, and I can do my very best to be anxious for nothing, because He will care for me. He will uphold me. He will be my refuge and my strength when I need it. And I'm so grateful for Him. I can choose the calm and the peace that the Father brings. I can choose the calm and the peace that the Father can bring me. Take that deep breath so we can learn how to respond instead of react in heightened emotion. So practice it, try it out, and see if it helps you become forever free.